Speaking of Culkin McCullen, I don't know if any of you watch American Horror Story.
Speaking of who?
I'm doing it on purpose. I don't know if any of you watch American Horror Story.
I've seen some, and he's in the new one. Yeah, I watched
he's in the new season
that he's in, and he's good. I like him.
He's really good, and it's a good season. Like usually, it's so like it's upsetting. Like it'll like make me a little ill. Like the Freak Show season, like they used real freaks, and
that's good for giving jobs, you know.
They used real freaks, and I'm a little disgusted just looking at them because they're so fucking gross.
Yeah, but I can't tell if you think it's good or bad.
No, he just means it's upsetting. I think
I didn't. It was awful. It was hard to watch. I like the season with the witches because you just got a bunch of hot teenage chicks hanging out in a house. Like what's not to like? Plus one of them's retarded and she's a good actress. So that was a good season. Yeah, I mean,
you always kill it on the show, man. You're just so good.
You strike out with all the witches, and you're like, "Well, I'm," and I've got Play-Doh in the trunk of my car.
There's a great scene in that season.
I got a Brio train set in my knapsack.
While to process that. It shouldn't go unnoticed. Play-Doh.
Flush with gummy bears. Somebody get
one of the retarded chick is a witch. She's not retarded. She got Down syndrome, but she's got, you know what Down syndrome people look like. She has that look, and she's really good actress, and she's a witch, and her and another one of the witches in her coven, who's like also like a 17-year-old girl, who and the character is like a Lindsay Lohan type character, like she's an actual celebrity who's also a witch, and she's in New Orleans at witch school, kind of undercover, kind of keeping it on the down low. And they go to welcome the new neighbor next door to like their school of witchcraft, and it's like a really hot young guy. Like I don't know, he's like looks like a young Brad Pitt or something over there, like with his shirt off and like abs bristling and like sweaty outside, like doing shit. And like they go to hang out with this guy, and the retarded chick has like a cake that she's baked for him, and then the other chick is wearing like a cocktail dress that's like split up the side, and they walk in, and he's like, won't even look at the hot chick. He's all about the retarded chick. He's like, is that buttercream frosting? She's like, yes, I made it myself. And he's just like, that is so thoughtful. That is so thoughtful.
That doesn't eat cake.
Let's have a slice. And the other chick is like, I mean, if you want to put something in your mouth that's sweet and wet, or like she's like being so like on in your face, like, hey, do you just want to go and fuck somewhere? Like
no, I'm too full. I'm too full of cake.
Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, okay. But anyway, buttercream frosting, right? You made the frosting yourself? Oh, you're the best. You're right next door? That's amazing. Like just it's so funny that he has no interest in like an incredibly attractive.
Wait, and is he a wizard or something, or just a guy?
No, he's just the next door neighbor, and he likes buttercream frosting and retarded girls. But
good for him. Everybody has their thing.
That season's
about
good.
That earlier.
This current season is quite good as well. I like all the actors. I like the premise, and I like that like the most like hardcore thing that's happened is like there was an attempted rape, and they're like, we're gonna. It's people that make snuff films. They capture a character, and they're like, he's got 10 inches over there, and he's gonna make your innie an outie. And it was just like, oh no.
Like, he's gonna rape you.
Yeah, he's gonna rape you, and
pink sock you too.
But like. she's like, yeah, take this Viagra because he's gonna fuck you while you fuck me. You might as well get some enjoyment out of this. That or he'll blow your brains out right now. And he's just like, fuck. But he's not. Damn,
I haven't seen that part of, or haven't seen that episode yet.
Yeah. I don't think I'm caught up. I think maybe a new episode just came out, so like I'm gonna check it out when I get off.
This is American Horror Story.
Yeah.
American Horror Story, newest season. It's on Hulu.
It's like a vampire premise this time.
Vampire premise this season, but with a really interesting spin. Essentially, like I'll give away like the main plot point. It's that there are these pills that you can take that make you, if you have some innate talent, like if you're an okay painter, now you are fucking Picasso as long as you take these pills. Mm-hmm. If you are one of the characters is a screenplay writer. He writes for like, procedural dramas, like cop shows and shit. Now he's fucking Mark Twain. Now like he sends off like a season's worth of work in a day, and Quentin Tarantino is on board. Netflix is like, yeah, we want 2 seasons of this. Like everybody like is eating it up because it's so brilliant. but it makes you into a vampire. Like you need to drink blood now to sustain yourself. However, if you take the pill and you don't have innate skill, you're a hack. You thought you had some skill, you thought you were good at a thing, but let's be real, you're a pretender. Now you turn into like a mindless like creature of the night, like real fucked up and creepy looking. The only thing that's a little unbelievable is the ones who are creepy and like fucked up. I can't imagine how they haven't been hunted down by the authorities.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Like the sheriff is just like, oh yeah, all those drug addicts out there, and it's like, lady, does that look like a drug addict to you?
They're dripping in blood, like, and like the way it is like they aren't being sneaky. There's one scene where like all of the ghouls, they just are out in a well-lit street at like 7 p.m. like twitching, twitching around.
They do this herky-jerky twitching thing. It's really hard to look at. And they look just like Nosferatu. Like the old like first vampire movie where he's like completely bald and like spiky teeth.
Yeah.
And which is a bit of a weird plot thing because like how did they get their teeth spiky? Because like
the other people didn't get their teeth spiky.
Well,
or maybe they did a little bit. Yeah, not as much though.
You haven't caught up. So you haven't caught up. Yeah, but in any case, really good season. I'm digging it so far. It's interesting though, like in the art for the show, that like the thumbnails, there's an alien in the thumbnail, like holding the vampire, and I'm wondering if there's some sort of like alien dynamic that's yet to be revealed. So I'm waiting on that.
Probably. I bet there'll be another layer. They're only like what 5 episodes out, maybe
4. I think 4? Maybe 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if you popped one of those pills, Kyle, if you'd become like the Picasso of jerking off.
Maybe
you might.
I blow a load and it looks like some it's just abstract art,
like a snow machine.
Or at least your distance will be javelin throw levels.
Or the god of vampirism will be like, that's not a talent. And then you take pills for that. You become a retard.
The other big thing that happened this week was Rick and Morty. Both the 9th and 10th episodes were released simultaneously. Seasons wrapped up, and so they spent the first 8 episodes roughly being episodic, like creature of the week stuff, like different things. The last 2 episodes all about the big plot. They cover no spoilers here, but like we get back to evil Morty, we get Rick's backstory, like full backstory, and we get like overarching changes to the universe it's like, oh shit. Some stuff's going to be
sucked you in for the next season.
Where are you watching it? Is it on Hulu?
So I purchased it, and then I have to watch it on delay on Amazon, I think. So like it takes like an extra day because I'm not getting the Cartoon Network streaming service, and I don't have cable. So I watch it like the day after on Amazon.
I haven't seen any of season 5.
Do you watch Ted Lasso? Do you guys even know this show?
I've seen billboards.
Remind me.
So it's on Apple, so it's not widely distributed. And the premise is this. There's an American football coach who was actually a pretty good football coach, and this soccer team in England, what they would call football, gets its coach fired, so they hire him and they bring him over. And I'm sleepy because I binged watched it last night until 4 a.m. It's not that high tea a show, but it's just a dude with incredible EQ dealing with a difficult situation. The whole country's calling him a wanker, and he's like stays positive and wants to win him over. And it's a half-hour show, but it's like 22 minutes or something, because that's how commercials work. And I just eating these things like candy. I'm just watching like 8 episodes in a night, cranking through them because I want to know what's next.
It sounds cool.
So I've seen the previews for that. Apple TV is the last bastion that I will not fucking. It won't happen. I'm not buying Apple TV.
Hey, wait, that's do you have Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
He's gonna. Does Apple TV have anything good?
I have Peacock. I have
Peacock's
CBS.
free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Peacock is free.
If you want to watch commercials like a peasant, I have CBS All Access. I have BritBox. Okay,
I haven't even heard of that.
That's right. You haven't heard of it. That's the point. That's the point.
I wonder what your monthly costs are.
It doesn't matter what my monthly costs are.
Okay.
I don't want to know. I should probably join that Plex service. Probably $120 or something.
Probably
like
get
that.
a new debit card and save like $70 a month you didn't know you were spending.
Likely. Likely. But yeah, I have all of the services. And like Kitty and I share a lot of services as well. Like that's why I have BritBox. She watches like Downton Abbey or some shit. And like I wasn't going to get CBS All Access, but she got it because she's a Star Trek fan as well. And so now I had access to Picard when I was just going to pirate it or something like that. But now I have it. I wish I pirated it still. It's awful.
I wanted to ask you about some Rick and Morty. Is it any... You said the first couple episodes, like quite a while ago when you were watching it as it came out, that they were good, not quite, as epic as the first couple seasons, 1 and 2. Were you annoyed that they took so long off the core plot? Because I'm actually interested in that, like the evil Morty thing. It was fun.
Yeah, it was an overall an okay season. Better than not. I wouldn't say it's a bad season, but not a great season either. There were a couple of cool episodes. I like there was an episode where like there were like so many contingent copies. You know how Rick always had these like contingency plans. There were like there was this thing where like he made a copy of the whole family as like duplicates so that they would take the hit if like aliens came to kill them. But those duplicates were so well made that they thought that they were the real Rick and Morty and family. So of course they get the same idea. We need duplicates in case like there's ever someone, but it keeps going and going until they're just, but it's like a copy of a copy, right? So by the end, there are these wooden, like marionette Rick and Mortys who are just like, kill me, but they're super evil and they want to be real boys. So they're like capturing real Ricks and Mortys and skinning them alive and wearing their flesh. So that's a pretty good episode.
Sounds good. I like that. It's a good.
There's a Thanksgiving episode where they decide that they know that like I think maybe the premise was that like Rick and Morty were going to try to sneak into the White House disguised as turkeys. They were going to transform themselves into turkeys and get snuck in. Oh, Rick wants a pardon. He wants to trick the president into a pardon. He transforms himself into a turkey so that he will be the turkey that gets pardoned. Brilliant plan. And the president
and legally binding.
And so the president, instead of being like, all right, well, we won't pardon any turkeys today. He's like, all right, I need SEAL Team 6. And like 6 like commandos comes in. And they build a machine to turn those soldiers into turkeys and put them into the truck as well. So they're trying to find out like which one is a real turkey and which one is Rick, and things go very awry. So that was okay. There's one with like, I don't know how to explain it. Basically Megatron. Rick wants all the pieces required to create a Megatron of these like ferret bot things. The best episode that wasn't part of the evil Morty thing was the Captain Planet episode where they had like a female Captain Planet called Planetina, and her and Morty really like kick it off and like care for each other. But obviously Captain Planet was back in the 90s, right? Like early 90s. Like that's when I was a kid. But the Planeteers are like in their 40s now and they're pieces of shit. So like Kwame and all of them, like the Earth, Wind, Fire, like Heart guy, they're all just complete scumbags who are like overweight and bald, and like they're like using Planetina to like make as much money as possible. They're like, they've got her at trade shows and stuff, and like she just wants to be like her own person, fight for the environment, and fuck Morty. And there's this whole clash going on. It's great. That was a really good episode. But yeah, it was an okay season. Some ups and downs.
I'll watch it. Yeah, it's still a good show, even if it's chopped off a bit. I like it.
God, my throat hurts.
Yeah, it sucks, man. 2 hours to go, and then you can go to bed.
Yeah,
I might be up. I don't know. I don't really feel sleepy. And then there's another show I've been watching. I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, I had a thing.